Most of the tarot card meanings you can Google are astrological correspondences and go back to the Golden Dawn and Arthur Edward Waite. Astrological meanings dominate at present because astrology is a divination tool and favors fortune telling. But these meanings are unsuitable for tarot readings, in particular psychological tarot readings. If you are interested in an overview of the astrological correspondences, you can download a high-resolution chart by subscribing to the Enlightenment Tarot. You find a link in the video description. Tarot card meanings are a bit of a mess, since the meanings that pertain to their position on the Tree of Life are mixed up with astrological correspondences, symbolic interpretations, and fortune-telling connotations. That's tedious to memorize. Further, tarotists' opinions, knowledge, and linguistic backgrounds shaped some of these interpretations. Last but not least, many meanings are fuzzy, contradictory, and overlap. If you want to understand why they overlap, read the article How to Deal with the Overlapping Meanings of Tarot Cards. You'll find that link also in the video description. Let's explore what different tarotists wrote about the Six of Wands. Usually, tarotists consider the astrological significances of tarot cards. The Six of Wands relates to the second decade of Leo, ruled by the Sun, and subruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter. Here we have a conjunction of rulership, that's Leo, vitality, the Sun, aspiration, Sagittarius, and benevolence, Jupiter. This cocktail of forces promotes healthy, aspiring growth and expansion of life and business. An inauspicious Six of Wands may indicate an over-reliance on this fortunate force constellation, which can express as extravagance, pride, and ostentation. Tifereth emanates the 24th path, illustrated by the Transformation card, the 25th path, illustrated by the Trials and Temptation card, and the 26th path, the Adversity card. These three represent the three faculties by which the higher self evolves souls. For the Six of Wands, Paul Foster Case offers the keywords victory and gain after strife, competition and/or uncertainty. These terms success, victory and gain are a bit off, since success is a matter of Netzach, the sevens. True, the guidance of the higher self is a guarantee for success, but it is not success itself. On a side note, empathy can lead to success too. Empathy allows us to know what people really need. If we address needs, we're in business. Paul proposed the following secondary auspicious meanings: success, happiness gained through love affairs or by the opposite sex, pleasure in labor. His take on the inauspicious meanings are loss through the same things, waste in pleasure, trouble through pride of riches, or through insolence promoted by success. After experiencing a trial and uncertainty, we come to realize the need for self-transformation. Self-transformation opens the way to success. Mind that the Transformation card illustrates the path that connects the Six of Wands with the Seven of Wands, which is success. The inauspicious meanings of pride is spot on. Pride is one of the ego's self-preservation maneuvers which blocks off the higher self and its guidance. Happiness is the consequence of self-realization. It is a feeling we get when we can be what we want to be and do what we want to do. This is ultimate success. The meaning of pleasure in labor is a bit off, since labor is a matter of the bodily practical level of human expression. How Paul arrived at the meaning gained through love affairs or by the opposite sex is a bit unclear. Maybe he considered 6 is the number of the relationship or lover's tarot card. The respective path connects indeed the 6 with the 3s, self-consciousness and context. Arthur Edward Waite wrote that this card's design covers several meanings. On the surface, it is a victor triumphing, but it signifies also great news, such as might be carried in state by the king's career. It is expectation crowned with its own desire, the crown of hope, and so forth. Arthur used the term king because it is an ancient title of the higher self in Tifereth. As mentioned, if we submit to the guidance of the higher self, we are likely to succeed or triumph, as Arthur called it. But more often than we like, the ego gets in the way and usurps the higher self's rulership. This brings us to the two dualisms of faith and hope and pride and honor. Pride is a self-defense mechanism of the ego. The opposite of pride is honor, which is self-confidence based on accomplishments. Faith is reasonable expectation. Hope is unreasonable expectation. Faith is openness. Hope is closeness. Hope is always a mistake. It implies clinging on to a belief no matter what. Faith is scientific and means coming up with reasonable theses and testing those theses or beliefs. Self-consciousness comes with the sense of separation, the sense that we are alone in the world. This is where Arthur's proposed meanings of apprehension, fear of a victorious enemy at the gate, treachery, disloyalty, gates being open to the enemy, and indefinite delay comes from. The following meanings pertain to fortune-telling. Servants may lose the confidence of their masters, and a young lady may be betrayed by a friend. But there's a grain of truth here. An inauspicious Six of Wands may indicate that the querent's ability to rule, that's Leo, may be compromised. Etea, a French occultist and the first known professional tarotist, connects the Six of Wands to servants, that's a Leo connection, and expectations. As mentioned, expectations can be reasonable, that's faith, or unreasonable, that's hope. An inauspicious Six of Wands would indicate the latter. On a side note, an enlightened soul has no expectations. It follows its life path as it unfolds and takes things as they come. Papus, another French occultist and the founder of the Martinist order, offers the meaning of failure. This denotes the inauspicious meaning of the Six of Wands related to success, which is a bit off. As Gregor Mather, the founder of the Golden Dawn, claims that this card signifies attempt, hope, desire, wish, expectation, but also infidelity, treachery, disloyalty, and perfidy. Desire and wish are meanings that pertain to the sevens, Netzach. Mind wish is the title of the Seven of Cups of the Enlightenment Tarot. Attempt, hope, and expectations are inauspicious meanings of the Six of Wands. They pertain to the ego's pride and efforts of getting along without the higher self's guidance. Infidelity, treachery, disloyalty, and perfidy are manifestations of the sense of separation. Madame Le Marchand, a 19th century celebrated Parisian fortune teller, said that the Six of Wands signifies good luck, a wild card, and can foretell a gift, an inheritance, success in business, and the discovery of a treasure. As usual, these meanings pertain to fortune-telling, but they still contain a grain of truth. The Six of Wands stands for the guidance of the higher self, which may help bring about mentioned forms of success. But mind that the higher self is not interested in such things, except they serve the evolution of the soul. According to the Enlightenment Tower framework, the Six of Wands represents Tifereth, that's self-consciousness on the intentional spiritual level of human expression. Every tarot card represents a faculty or power of consciousness. We can use faculties of consciousness constructively and destructively, which produce either a fortunate or an adverse experience or state of mind. Hence, every tarot card has 5 core meanings. Here are the 5 core meanings of the Six of Wands. Faculty of consciousness is empathy. The positive use is philanthropy and helpfulness and brother keeping. Negative use is indifference. The favorable internal experience is honor, and the adverse internal experience is pride. Spiritual self-consciousness is the consciousness of the higher self, which is the one self of all souls. The higher self guides, protects, and inspires all souls, incarnate or discarnate. A religious title of the higher self is the Holy Guardian Angel. Some non-religious people refer to the higher self as the universe. The higher self evolves souls by taking them through customized experiences that evolve their self-consciousness. The trial and temptation card represents this particular operation of the higher self. If the Six of Wands turns up in a tarot reading, it means that the Querence challenge plays a role in the evolution of her self-consciousness. The challenge will take the querent closer to answering questions like, who am I really? Why am I here? What do I want to achieve in this incarnation? What is my purpose in life? The power of consciousness in question is empathy. Experiences evolve our capacity to empathize. Apart from making meaningful experiences, this is what incarnations are all about. To walk in someone's moccasins for a lifetime, or in someone's high heels, or in someone's army boots. An inauspicious Six of Wands may indicate a lack of empathy and hence egoism. If the querent self-consciousness is trapped in her ego, she will lack the capacity to consider other people's situations and needs. An inauspicious Six of Wands may also hint at the opposite of egoism, when a soul is too hard on herself. This may lead to self-doubt, the secondary meaning of this card. The 6 wands in the picture form a hexagon that contains a hexagram. The hexagram combines 2 equilateral triangles, one pointing upwards, one pointing downward. For one, the 2 triangles represent the union of the higher self and the soul. They also symbolize the downward and upward movements on the tree of life, creativity and experiencing. For tarot readings, the 2 triangles represent intuition, the connection between the higher self and the tarot reader. If the 6 of Wands appears in your spread, you may want to ask yourself the following questions. What have I done today to strengthen my connection with the higher self? Do I practice empathy enough? And am I my sister's keeper? What are the key experiences that shape my capacity to empathize? In which way do my challenges evolve my self-consciousness and bring me closer to understanding my life's purpose? In what areas of my life do I take myself too seriously? The 6 of Wands signifies one of the highest skills human can gain, empathy. Going through different experiences boosts empathy. When people's empathy reaches a critical mass, the brotherhood and sisterhood of mankind will come about. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Enlightenment Tarot and discovered an inspiration or two. Please help to spread the light with a like and a share. And don't forget to subscribe. Love and light.